Cooking Adventures with Katie. Season 3. Foodie Friday. Tortellini with cheese filling. Yes, we're making it from scratch. It's 5:30 now. Let's see what time we eat. Hey everybody, and welcome to Cooking Adventures with Katie, Season 3, Foodie Friday. On today's episode, we are going to be making tortellini with cheese filling. It was pretty close between the cheese filling and the mushroom filling, so I expected cheese, but I'm kind of surprised mushroom came close. So hey, that was pretty cool. And then tortellini won hands down. Like there was one for cannoli, and everybody else was tortellini. But I mean, hey, votes, and that's what matters. So tortellini is the weird belly button noodle. Yeah. So. And the cheese filling is just something simple. But the pasta does have to sit for an hour and then sit for another hour once it's been molded and ready to go. So, note the windows. Let's see how dark it is by the time we're ready to eat. So, let's get started, because it's going to be a while. Alright, so on our nice clean counter that we just cleaned, we want 2 cups of flour. 2 cups. So now, we want a mound, and then in the center of our mound, we want to create a well. I don't know if it needs to be any particular way, but kind of make it sort of thick, like mashed potato volcanoes. Yeah. Alright, so after cleaning this side of the counter because the cat decided to jump on, it's clean. This was not touched. We're good. 3 whole eggs, or you could do 4 or 5 egg whites. My well is not large enough. What? Hold on, I gotta look at this. I think it's time for round 2. Round 2. Alright, slightly larger volcano. One, 2, 3. Alright, so, alright, they all fit. Barely, but they fit. Okay, so now, we beat the eggs lightly with a fork, slowly adding in flour so it will thicken. This is working better than last time. Okay, I think we're safe. So also, at this point in time, you can also add a ½ teaspoon of salt as well as 1 teaspoon of olive oil, if you so desire. So we're going to do this until everything's nice and smooth. Alright, so you want to get to the point where your eggs are slightly mixed, but also thick, and then you want to start taking bits from your volcano here and there, and just kind of slowly adding them in. Let's see. Gradually incorporate the flour into the eggs and blend everything into a smooth but not too stiff dough. If the dough feels too dry and crumbly, add a little water as needed. If it is too sticky, add a little bit more flour. And you can use a dough scraper to lift and turn the dough if it sticks. So this is what we're doing, and we'll come back when it is a dough ball, I guess. Alright, so visual reference, here's what I'm doing at this point in time. It's a dough now, so I think alright, a little bit of water. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting close though. 5. Well, I can certainly tell you I will not be doing this again. I'm against making pasta. Against it. And can very easily see why it's an all-day job. I am standing on a stool, so I have enough weight to put onto this pasta to have been kneading for a while, but I don't think it's where it needs to be, because where it needs to be is satiny and very elastic. It's not satiny and nowhere near elastic. So either it's too dry still after 10 teaspoons of water, or I just haven't kneaded enough yet. There's definitely a lot less flour everywhere, so that's good. It's at least picking it up. Well, let's add one more little bit of water and go from there. Alright, so here's what we come to. We have the satiny kind of look that we want, but it's not elastic at all. So we're going to do round 3, only this time we're going to use the mixer because I have a dough hook and a thing. So let's try that. Alright, so we've got our 2 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3 eggs. eggs. All right, bring that up and get that going for a moment and see how it comes out. All right, so it is at this consistency here, and we are going to drop our bowl. All right, pull this sucker off. Remove all dough. And then grab our kneading hook. Alright, so then this sucker goes on, and this comes up, and that looks pretty funky. We'll come back. Alright, here's 1 tablespoon of water. And we'll go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of water. There's 3 tablespoons. And now we're going to turn the speed up to 2. Look at this, guys. It's starting to keep together. That's cool. Still got a little bit left to go, but that's pretty neat. Alright, so it's not sticking to the sides anymore. There we go. So let's move back to our countertop workspace. Oh yeah, this feels so much better, definitely, than what it did. So, let me flour this just a smidgen so it won't stick, but we want to knead for just a couple of minutes and cut it into quarters and then let it sit for an hour. Oh, also, I ended up using 4 tablespoons of water. Alright. Alright. So, it's 7 o'clock. I'll see you at 8. Okay, so first and foremost, flour your working area. That is the first thing that you need to do. Generously flour, but then also have some off to the side as well. So you've got a little pile right here. Have this floured. So we take our triangle of pasta and keep your saran wrap to the side because we're going to be holding our tortellini circles there. All right, go ahead and make sure both sides are floured. All right. Okay. So now, the more pressure you can put on this, the better. It'll also make things quicker. You want to get it as thin as a piece of paper. You want to be able to see your hand through it, just about. And if you do not have a lot of counter space, it's okay. Nothing that you really need to worry about all too much. Alright, so once we have it pretty long, we'll turn it this way and get this thicker area pretty thin. Fold it up a little bit so we can focus on this little area here. Alright. Now, when you roll it and you go to flip it around, it will snag on your table a little bit. That is okay. You want your pasta to stretch. So Now we're going to turn it long ways this way, and we're going to make it a little bit wider. Alright, so we're going to flour our top a little bit. Start by pulling it up this way. It's gonna stick to the cabinet a little bit. That's okay. Stretch it. All right. We see how it's getting a little bit thin. You can kind of see my hand through it, but not really. That's all right. I'll do this. Make sure this side is floured real well. And we're gonna make it thinner. Let's see where we're at. So this pasta down here is ready. All right. It's real thin up to about here. We're starting to get a little bit thicker, where then it retains that thickness. It gets thicker about down here. So I'm going to take this edge here, fold it so I do not get that area. I'm going to turn this long ways. Let's turn this around. Turn this long ways this way so I can have more pressure on this end closer to me. We're going to do this, make it a little bit longer, widen it out some, and we'll go from there. Alright, once you're at this point, you want a biscuit cutter or a cookie cutter or a, a mason jar lid works just as well. You want about 2 inches. Alright, we're going to take this and we're just going to go down and make our circles. Now, after you're done doing this, if you want to fold up the excess dough and go a second time, cool. If you want to try to put the previous excess dough from like the last quarter to this one, then cool, but do the first 2 corners that you do and then the second 2 quarters that you do. Don't mix them all together, they end up getting too dry. And you want to keep them as moist as possible. So what I did was between the quarters, all of my circles, I went ahead and put them back in the saran wrap to try and keep them moist. I tore a little hole there, so I'm gonna go up here. All right. Sorry. So if you are smart like me, you will have all of your ingredients on hand at the time of creating, so that way 45 minutes into your hour of waiting for your pasta dough to be ready, you can go ahead and do this and get this done. So we are going to be doing now this is a 16-ounce container, but 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. Now this right here is dairy-free ricotta, as it is David friendly. Give me 2 seconds and we'll be better than ricotta cheese because it's tofu and dairy-free. So we are going to take this and then beat it until fluffy. And then one at a time, 1, 2 eggs. Alright, next we add 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, a a half cup of grated Parmesan. Alright. Okay. And then salt and pepper to taste. Oh, and for the record, Parmesan is dairy-free as well. Yay! Alright, so we take our first circle. Come on. Okay. We take a 1/4 teaspoon and we place it in the center. Alright, if it'll come out. Come on now. Come on now. Alright, in the center. Alright, and then we take our finger and water and we go around the dough, or not the dough, the filling halfway. Close this sucker up. Press. Alright. And then we use our finger and then wet the inside to this one. And we have little tortellinis. Yay! It looks like a baby in a blanket. So, we do this with all of them. If you have extra hands, have them help too. So, and then we let them sit for 45 minutes to an hour. So, by the time you're done with your last ones, it'll probably be about that time for the first ones. So, let's get started. Hey, so, it is 10 o'clock and I'm on the second quarter and I have a feeling that I'm going to be doing this until probably midnight. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to make them tonight and then we're going to have them probably for lunch tomorrow. So, this is a project that you want to do either the night before or sucker some poor saps into joining you and helping you do this. Yeah, David's playing video games because this is my project. So, yeah. So, there will be an update. So, check on the Facebook page, Cooking Adventures with Katie, or the Twitter at Cook Adventure for the update when we eat them, and I'll let you know how they come out. Also, there will be an update on the, I'll let you know next on the Monday video, so that. So, with that being said, what would y'all like to see next week? I'm not making pasta ever again, screw that. So, the pasta choices for next week, the themes could be tube, like macaroni or penne, minute, like orzo or I want to say lentils, but those are a bean, but minute, small, tiny pasta. Short ribbon, like egg noodles, or baked. So lasagna might pop up again. Something from, or cannellini manicotti might pop up again because that's typically baked. So it just kind of depends on what the recipes are for baked pasta. So tube, minute, short ribbon, or baked. I will give y'all an update on how things turned out. So I'll see you on Monday. Bye guys. Happy cooking.